just finished having breakfast with my parents, Dad and Evelyn. Gave them a hug. And they are off to the city of Porto in Portugal, catching the bus. And me, I'm heading back to my albergue, last kilometer, where I don't have to check out till like 11 in the morning. So I was able to just leave my stuff there and go join them for breakfast. So I'll prepare to head off to Finisterre. Crazy. Yeah, Camino continues. Off to the coast. What is happening here? Got like 6 horses in the square. I'll be back to see you again. No, I want to pet horsies. Alrighty. I left my stuff to dry overnight, which is not something I do very often, but the thing I'm finding here in Galicia is that things don't dry as well. It's much more humid here, so usually just my socks and maybe my thick, big t-shirt wouldn't be dry, but like really nothing is dry. Alright, so when I get to my hotel room, I haven't been in a hotel in ever, except for Paris. When I get to Malberge, I think I'll hang it up inside. Probably have better luck. Probably finish off the process overnight tonight. Alright, there's the pilgrim's office. The cathedral's over there. It's actually just over here. That's the church behind it. Finisterre, thank God. Alright, for some reason I decided the pilgrim office is where you start. It isn't. You start out pretty much out of the cathedral, the same direction that you walked into it. So anyway, I'm coming down here. I'm going to turn left and go over and intercept it. Alright, maybe I'll use this park. And I'm walking out of here with my Canada mask, with pride again. I wore it a lot here in Santiago. I wanted to show that, hey, you know, there's some Canadians over here. And except when it got disgusting and I had to wash it, but it's clean now, so I'm gonna wear it the rest of the way out. It's the first arrow I've seen. And surprisingly, Santiago is one of the worst cities for marks. Like other cities that got yellow arrows everywhere, and especially whenever there's any question whatsoever about where to go. Santiago, not so much. Here we go, first marker. I'm not sure which one I'm going to first. I think I will probably go to both. But honestly, it doesn't affect my first day whatsoever, so I don't have to make that decision right now. I can just chill. Strange, walking by myself. No Dad, no Evelyn. They are done. Rock stars. 76 and 86 years old. That's just insane. And they did the Francis. 779 kilometers. It's just nuts. But I've been walking about 15 minutes. This is already the scene that comes out. It takes quite a while to walk through Santiago all the way to the cathedral, but already getting into some beautiful, you know, suburban housing out here. Coming out the other side, very nice. Well, I certainly haven't escaped Santiago yet. You can see the cathedral, morning sun. Now I'm coming to some outskirts. Beautiful, beautiful from here. Trail's in pretty decent shape. This is probably as bad as the trail ever gets in Galicia. It's, you know, this province takes good care of their Camino. And we found that pretty much all the way from Mosobrero, which is where you get into Galicia. So, well, I'm not sure what it's called, but after kind of going over a big rise and back down, I'm at the first town. See if there's anything here to see. Galicia doesn't have these, they have these very classic, just a box and a belfry cathedrals. So they don't have these big, these big things that are in the east of Spain. But the towns are quite, they're quite nice. They have their own little charm. They're pretty cool. Oh, beautiful morning. Beautiful morning. So in eastern Spain, it was all red tile, and then it became black tile, like these big, heavy, black, pieces of rock, a slate basically. And then if we came farther west, it went back to red tile. These are the things you notice when you go through, like, I don't know, 100 different little Spanish villages, right? You notice the changing roofing. It's a utility pole, but also kind of looks like a tree house, tree fort. It's kind of neat, red. Oh, took a nice little break. I've got 5 kilometers banged off. I'm trying out a new app. It's called Camino Ninja. Gut Hooks still covers this, all the way to Finisterre and even up to Muxia. So the whole loop. But I'm gonna try this Camino Ninja and see how well it works. So according to it, there's coffee at the 7 kilometer mark. And I think it actually even says if things are open or not. It does for the albergues, which is a very useful thing. But I'm not so sure about coffee, so we'll see. So, would you park your car here? When up here we have a branch hanging by power lines, like precariously. I would not. That is begging for a bunch of cracked windows and a big dent on top of the car. Oh, well, there's only one pair of eyes looking for stuff now, and that's me, instead of 3 pairs. And I just took a wrong turn, and the local was like, "Are you going to Finisterre?" And he steered me back to the right way. So, whoops. Heading over here, they'll intercept it again. Gotta be vigilant even after 785 kilometers of looking for these things. I still miss them sometimes, especially now that it's just me. Another little village, another little valley. It's all right. Completely beautiful day. After I stop for coffee, I'm gonna need to put on some sunscreen. Okay, went ripping right through that town. Nothing there that I saw. So on Camino Ninja, it says Quintens, 7 kilometers from Santiago for a coffee. Well, Gut Hooks says I'm 7.6 from the cathedral, and I can't find Quintens on either map, Gut Hooks map or Camino Ninja map. Camino Ninja doesn't really shows you the trail, are you on it, but it doesn't show you any specific places. Like, not on the map anyway, so you don't know exactly where this coffee place is. And I can't find Quintens on either map, so yeah, I assume maybe that was it. I don't know. Oh, there's a church way over there. Anyway, moving on. I mean, you just, make with it what you can. Starting to get some beautiful trail again. There was lots of beautiful trail the last 3 or 4 days. Very nice stuff. Makes it a lot more enjoyable. I never did find Qantas, but at the next place, this is kilometer 8.8 now. There we go. Nice morning victuals. 11 o'clock, a little late for morning coffee, but I'll just have a bit of a late lunch. I'm just looking at my passport. There's a little map on the back of it. Here I am, Alto de Vento, and I'm just looking along, and Quintens, way the hell up here. What? How weird is that? Is there several places called Quintens? Strange. this person's entire fence in front of their place is shells, 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 shells. Kind of cool. When I hiked with my parents, Dad and Evelyn, we were seeing people quite, every so often because they would pass us, right? We kept a decent pace, but still, sometimes people passed us. And today I hadn't seen a single person until I sat down to that coffee, and then I've seen a bunch of people go by. So I'm keeping the same pace as almost everybody else, which means that you don't see as many people on the trail, right? We're all walking the same pace here. Yeah. So yeah, it's a little different. Very nice. You can see the next hour of hiking in front of us. Well, I think. Maybe you go down that way. But yeah, very cool little valley. Down, 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 down. I know there's a climb coming. Pretty good one. I just passed kilometer 79 bar. Those little helpful markers are back. The last day of Camino Francis, they were kind of gone. Surprising. They were there the whole province, and then all of a sudden they were not really there. They didn't really count us down to the cathedral. But in this case, they do. There is a kilometer 0.000 right there. And a marker showing it all the way to Finisterre. And I like the sound of that. I like the sound of following the markers all the way to zero. So I think I'll do that. I mean, first 2 days are no different anyway, all the way to Oviedo. And then little ways past that, that's where you decide. Are you going to Muxia first, or are you going to Finisterre? And I mean, some people went to Muxia and then went down to Finisterre and did a couple of the rituals there, and you can burn something. I guess in the old days, pilgrims would burn all their clothes because they were infested with, bugs and lice anyway. And then they would jump in the ocean and clean themselves, and that was part of the whole thing. Nowadays, people will burn like one item, jump in the ocean. Or not do any of that, who knows. Anyway, I went down a sidebar. So some people went to Buxia and then down to Finisterre, then took the bus back to Santiago. I think I'd rather hike the whole loop. I'm definitely that guy. Want to see it all. So anyway, I've got another day and a half to change my mind if I want to think about it. So certainly I have time to do that on trails, on Camino. By the way, you get this thing for free from the Pilgrim office. So don't worry about planning things out. What are you going to do? You decide to do it last minute, like I am. I mean, look at all the information they give you, right? So yeah, very helpful. For free. I don't know why, but I really haven't seen too many place names lately. It's the only way I have a chance of knowing later where on earth my footage is. It's a strange sight. Did they just knock the walls off this house? Did they half build it? Usually you don't build the roof first. Huh. Weird. There's not even any way, well, I can see a hole over there where I guess you could stretch a ladder. But right now, anyway, there's not really any way of getting up to the top floor. I wonder what happened there. Stare at bovine worlds. Come in and make a picture. It's very nice. All right, and got these murals in here, and yeah. Free advertising, why not make a bunch of cool murals and then people take pictures? Oh, it's a devil dog. My goodness, so much commotion. Dogs are gonna come running around? No? I don't know how these dogs do it. I don't know how they don't die of exhaustion every year. Okay. And down, 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 there's a major bridge, major river. It's a big waypoint, big landmark on this stage. Cool. It's been a while since we've seen a good bridge. One to 4. Closed. Zantar. The water goes underneath this building, and you can actually see one of the old turbines come through here, turn that thing, and do something. I don't know what, but they made use of the water back in the old days, right? So that sign said Zantar, which I assume meant closed, but I go to put it into Google Translate, and it suggests that it's Galician. So, all right, now you start getting language difficulties with local dialects, which Galician pretty much qualifies, right? Cerrado is closed in Spanish. Zantar, totally different word, closed in Galician. Great spot for a break down these rocks. Make sure not to walk past the, sign, which I'm sure it means don't go walking any farther, right? Nice spot. A lot of tourists. A lot of tourists showing up here with this bridge. Well, I'm all done with Ponta Macara, wherever you say that. Heading off into the bush. Only a few kilometers left, really, so maybe like an hour to Negreira. That's it. Tomorrow is a much longer day. It's like 32 kilometers or something, so that'll stretch my legs out a bit. This would be a really cool bridge, except we just passed an even cooler bridge, so yeah. Scarecrows can be creepy, man. Damn. Sometimes things just strike you, So this Camino Ninja app will actually rate albergues. So I assume they're user fed in. But, and the one that's rates the highest is called Albergue Anjara. So I guess I'll go see if it's open for one thing. But yeah, let's try this out. Wasn't that quite the front gate? Propiedad privada. That's how hard to figure out in any language what that means. Okay, so the municipal albergue has big crosses through it on Camino Ninja, but most of the other ones don't, including the one that rates the highest. But it's locked and looks dead. So Camino Ninja has failed that test. All right, I'll go to this albergue Alecrim here, see what's happening there. And there's like 25 signs advertising this thing, walking in, and it's closed. All right, let's keep trying. That is the most Jesus-looking pilgrim I've ever seen. Not bad. Well, been to 3 albergues, and you know, someone told me that everything here is closed. Camino Ninja is showing like 6, 7 of them open. That's, yeah, Camino Ninja is just like Gronze. It's, you know, it shows things open and they're not open. That's a problem, man. Like, how do you know if things are open or closed? It's, yeah, next year that's probably going to be a problem too. So anyway, there's another place about 7, 8 kilometers up called A Pena, something like that. And I called them, the advantage of having a SIM card, and they're open. And I even reserved a bed. It's like, well, why not? I got you on the phone already. So, all right, another 7, 8 kilometers. The advantage of my getting here at a decent time, and off to the next place. Kind of cool, going all the way down there like that, down to that gate. Got a little something to eat. Cross this bridge, and I'm heading off to the next town. Nice little pick-me-up. It's an alternative. I'm coming back along this route, so for now I'll take the short one. But on the way back, I'll take the alternative. Why not? Just change things up. Lots of crosses, but usually they don't actually have Jesus up on it. And another typical Galician church with the big cemetery in the back. Cemeteries are just as impressive as the churches. Actually, more so in a lot of ways. Kind of cool. A little town, another cute little church. Done lots of climbing, that's for sure. Ripping away here. I'm trying to get her done. Showing about 4.8 left. Nice views. This trail actually reminds me of like my second day on Camino, finishing off the Pyrenees. Definitely banging off more of these kilometers than I thought I would today. We got some eucalyptus crops. I brought eucalyptus in here because they grow incredibly fast. I don't know why they're not in Canada, but maybe they're just not no good for the crop. Oh, look at that. And on purpose? I'll just finish that thought. Eucalyptus trees, I mean, they grow so fast. They're Australian trees. If you brought them in and just planted crops, it seemed like you would save a lot of the native forests from getting logged. But well, who knows, right? Maybe they don't do well in Canada. Deep freeze. Okay. Looks like I'm coming to the town, so I'm close. Been a long day, especially, yeah, 28, 29 kilometers. You just start picking it up for the last bit. All right, I've seen about 6 million herrerios, but it's actually the first time I've ever noticed one being used. There's corn in it. Yeah, you can see it clearly. Not much. The rest of it's pretty empty. There's just a little bit of corn. But yeah, some of them still get used. Crap, I'm not here yet. My town's in about another kilometer. Well, this is kind of unique the way these are stacked up with the moss. And this day doesn't want to end I think it's over in like 4 or 5 minutes, but it just doesn't want to end. Up the stairs. Cool. It's a beautiful spot.